Sections 4, 7, and 20 of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund Establishment, etc. Act 2011, herein after referred to as the Principal Act, to add the Nigerian Law School as one of the benefiting tertiary institutions in Nigeria for the purpose of disbursement of education tax under the Act. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, by way of a proper context and historical basis for the proposed amendment, it is imperative to state here that the report of the Unsworth Committee on Legal Education, which recommended the establishment of an indigenous law school for the vocational training of aspiring legal practitioners in Nigeria, conceived the Nigerian Law School as a tertiary institution with the sole mandate of bridging the gap between academic study of law in Nigeria, in Nigerian or foreign universities, and the practical application of the law. Based on this, it therefore becomes incumbent on the Nigerian Law School to ensure that students adapt their academic knowledge to the conditions of practice by introducing them to the practical skills and techniques of legal practice. There is no gainsaying that the Nigerian Law School is the only institution responsible for vocational training of lawyers in Nigeria. Undoubtedly, it is saddled with a critical statutory responsibility, bearing in mind that lawyers play leading roles in the socio-economic condition of the country. Perhaps lawyers as judges in private or corporate practice, in the academics or in government, immensely shape the society and the lives of their fellow human beings. It should be emphasized that over 5 decades since the establishment of the Nigerian Law School, the institution, which commenced operation in January 1963 with only 8 students at its mono campus in Lagos, has since expanded rapidly into a multi-campus law school with its headquarters now in Buhari, Abuja, and 5 other campuses in Lagos, Enugu, Kano, Bayelsa, and Yola. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the expansion of the Nigerian Law School from its former mono-campus system to the present multi-campus law school was necessitated by the increasing demand for space at the school. This inevitable expansion, of course, has its attendant challenges, such as increasing demand for befitting learning facilities, including lecture halls, e-library, and ICT deployment in the multiple campuses to enhance learning, provision of hostel accommodation and other infrastructural facilities suitable for effective training of globally competitive lawyers in Nigeria. Indeed, the training of the 21st century lawyer is becoming more and more expensive. Hence, the need for this distinguished Senate to consider the inclusion of the Nigerian Law School as one of the tertiary institutions to benefit from the infrastructural intervention project of TED Fund, which is the main thrust of this amendment. Highlights of the bill. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, specifically, this bill seeks to amend Section 4 of the Principal Act by inserting the words "the Nigerian Law School" as one of the tertiary institutions to benefit from the interventions of the TED Fund. Similarly, the distribution ratio of education tax to be disbursed by the TED Fund as provided in the Principal Act is proposed for amendment from the extant ratio of 2:1:1 for universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education to a new distribution ratio of 2:1:1:1 for universities, the Nigerian Law School, polytechnics, and colleges, to take into account the proposed inclusion of the Nigerian Law School as one of the beneficiaries of TED Fund interventions. The provision of Section 20 of the Principal Act is also proposed for amendment to reflect a new interpretation of the words tertiary institution to mean universities, the Nigerian Law School, polytechnics, and colleges of education, established in accordance with the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In conclusion, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, considering the relevance of this bill to the development of legal education in Nigeria in general, and in particular, the Nigerian Law School, as it pertains to provision of infrastructural facilities that would create a conducive enabling environment for learning, I wish to appeal for the support of my distinguished colleagues for the passage of this bill in compliance with Order 77 sub 3 of the Senate Standing Orders 2015 as amended. The proposed bill has no additional financial burden on the treasury of the federal government. I thank you, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, for your kind attention, and I so move.
Thank you, Senator